Now we're going to take a look at how to insert or read just any old HTML from any region in the page. We're going to use that to update this currently empty region to show a little bit of the work that we did to get to this estimate. And the property that we're going to use is called innerHTML. It's on pretty much any element. And just to show you how that works, I'm going to scroll down to close to the end of the HTML on this page. So we have a couple of IDs that we can look at here. I'm going to open up my console. I'm going to show you how this works with the footer, which we can see right here. Let's go document.getElementById footer. And we'll look at its innerHTML property. This is breaking across two lines, but it's one word with HTML all uppercase. And there you go. You can see the whole thing there. So I can use this to see what's in something, and I can also use it to set what goes in there. So let's say boo. So innerHTML equals boo here. And there you go. Now this is a non-destructive change. So if I reload, everything is restored. So we're going to use that to update this empty region, which has an ID. If we look over here, of results. So get rid of the console and scroll down here. So I'm going to copy this line, and we're going to start changing it right down here. Results. And instead of the value property, we're going to use this new, to us, innerHTML property. So when we click estimate total, we're going to get a few things. I want to see the total number of bottles that have been ordered. Copy this a couple of times. I also want to see the total shipping charge. And how about the tax? Okay, so the way I have this set up right now, this will be overwritten a couple of times after I initially set it. We don't want that. We want to add to this. So what I can do is the first time I do a regular assignment. The second time I do a concatenation assignment. So if I spelled this out, it would be like this. So it equals whatever is currently in there plus this, which as you can see is a nightmare. It's just a lot of text. So I can shorten that to this form using plus equals. We're going to do this a couple of times. So if I just save this just as I've written it, let's see what happens. I'll reload over here, set my required state, and click estimate total. Okay, so all this stuff is going in here, but it's going on the same line. So I'm going to want some BR tags in here to help me with that. And now let's capture the actual numbers that I want to appear here. So first I want the total number of bottles, which I know is this. We're going to be a little bit lazy and set it up here. So total bottles is this, and I can remove the parens when I'm doing this by itself. And when I'm doing multiple assignments, I can separate them by commas like this. So I can just use var once. Now that I've done that, I can use total bottles here again. And then I can insert it down here. Now, if I do it this way, I'm going to actually see total bottles over here. In fact, let's just show you how that happens. So reload again. And estimate the total. See, total bottles. I don't get the actual value of this variable. So if I want that, I need to tell JavaScript that this is not part of the string. So I'm going to close this string here. And now you can see, thanks to syntax highlighting, that total bottles is black again, like the rest of my code. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take this string and then concatenate onto it the value of total bottles, and then concatenate onto that my BR tag. So we'll reload and try this again. There we go. Total bottles 0, which is correct because I haven't actually filled any in yet. Okay, my total shipping is this shipping cost. So let's put that in just the same way. Save that. I'll put a couple bottles in this time after I reload. choose something that will actually give me a shipping cost and then estimate the total. Okay, so I see 6 for the total shipping. I'd actually like that to look the same way this looks. So let's add a $sign into my string and then format this number to fixed, the same way we did with our estimate up here. Great. And now I need to show the tax. So I calculated tax as a factor up here. And if I just show that, that's going to be a little crazy. It will work, but it's a little crazy. Let's see what it looks like. Reload this. Some bottles. A place that actually has tax. And then estimate the total. So this is not really the number that I want. What I want is to show this as a percentage. So what I can do to convert this into a percentage is first subtract 1 to get rid of the 1 at the beginning. And that would leave me with 0.075. So I need to multiply that times 100. And that will get me 7.5. And then onto that, I need to show a percent sign. So let's try that. Reload again. Some more bottles. A state with tax. And something where I'll be charged shipping. Great. That looks about right, except once again, I need to format this number so it doesn't look like this. So let's wrap everything in parentheses. And add to fixed. Reload one more time. And there we go. So that's how we can update the contents of a region on the page using innerHTML. We've also looked at string concatenation and a couple other things.